is a crossover episode.
And considering my goddamn world, that's possible.
Yeah.
Considering the Velvet Room, very possible.
And here we are, internets.
I
Hey,
forgot
everybody.
we had 4 different lists for inventory. Oh god.
Yep.
Organization.
But yes,
I'm
welcome back
able
after
to find goddamn anything.
last week. Don't forget your own personal inventory as well.
Fuck!
At X5. So, who wants to do a recap of what happened 2 weeks ago?
Hot Springs episode!
Woo!
Yeah,
We
pretty much.
were
We pretty much hung out in
I
the
mean,
bath
yeah.
for 2
Old
hours.
people in the soup.
basically.
We
You
made
guys
old
got
people
your.
soup, we turned the water up way too hot, all the other people left.
So yeah, basically you guys got to town and decided to get clean in the hot springs. You you rented out the private bath section of this wonderful bathhouse, so you can have your own private conversations, and that's where we left off with you guys plotting something to do with Merton.
Yes, we weren't sure if he's working with the people, so we weren't involving him in the shenanigans.
We're
And
doing
in
the
fact,
basic
I
level 3
believe-
character of don't trust anyone. Ever.
And I believe we're actually gonna have who was it? Felinor follow him invisibly. Try and figure out if he was involved.
Philly's gonna, yeah.
Baby pranking.
And we're making a plot to set up sort of a trap at the inn using Thieves' Cant before they got busy.
Right, thieves can't, and we're all sleeping in the one room, but we have the alarm on the other room.
Yes.
Mhm.
And wasn't Feely going to? I think part of the pranking was to try to get him, like, to see if he would slip up. That would be when he would slip up.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think so. It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's been a while. If you guys want to,
Shit.
Just to try to get
What
him
was it?
riled up to see if he'll like if he had something to slip, it might slip while he's cranky or something.
That's right.
so
I
you're
had a
going to
plan for
terrorize
that.
him with
I didn't
Philly.
write it down because I'm a fool, though.
So what you mean is you had a plan 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
and now you have no plan.
Time for a new plan.
I'm trying to remember the details of why we are doing this plan.
I'm trying so hard to follow the character, but keep laughing.
Basically, we got attacked by bandits.
Yes.
We think it's a part of some organization that's going to keep hunting us. So we're trying to trap them by staying in one place before we head to, I think, city starts with a C. I don't remember which city.
Scenario.
Scenario.
City.
Yes,
Scenario City.
thank you.
And we wanted to try and essentially get them here to figure out what was going on before we walk into the lion's den, as it were.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We have like half a plan.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how all good plans start, is only half a plan.
We don't know what to do once we get them. We haven't thought that far.
If they're even gettable.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were
That-
going to mark the room, like, to say, like, the marks, quote unquote, are here. Like, these are the people in which to
These are the people that should be the doing of the murdered.
yes.
Pretty much.
I have such a hard time falling into character tonight.
So,
It's all good.
That's in a rare mood.
we were with Merton.
Merton
and we
went
were-
upstairs to
yes.
bed in the tavern across the way.
We were carrying payment, or some? We were
carrying
delivering.
papers.
Yes.
Yes, there was a note and seal with a signature for transfer of funds. You don't know too much about everything with that, just that they're paying off the end of their debt. And you're supposed to be delivering it to a man named Count Drake.
In Scenario.
Correct.
Okay. So
You're all currently in
The soup.
this private bath.
So supposedly these nefarious evildoers will break into our alarmed, unoccupied room, alerting us of their presence. Shall there be
And
a
then we
trap
kick
in
their
there?
ass and make them tell everything they know.
Shall there be a trap in there waiting?
I mean, I think the main trap is if we come from behind, we trap them in the room. So there's nowhere to run. Though I do recall that there are bear traps in the party.
Many, so many bear traps.
Right.
So that's a possibility.
Bear traps, caltrops. I got chains, iron spikes, ball bearings. Oh, I can make a fun one.
We should Home Alone the hell out of that room.
We should Home Alone the hell out of this.
Just Rube Goldberg.
I just want them to walk in and like hear a ball bearing start to roll across like a countertop.
And then everything
Just
goes to
play
hell.
mousetrap.
Alright. So they open
And
the door, which
flamethrower.
triggers some sort of mechanism. We have bear traps on the ceiling.
Oh,
Bear
well,
traps
so
are triggered to fall.
Well, we need their heads intact.
Actually, you're right.
My brain just came up with an idea to catapult caltrops at someone, so you guys better take care of this in character.
I don't know, that sounds like a plan.
Pull a.
I could honestly come up with just a way of making a thing that launches caltrops at people.
Yo, their
It's
head needs to be
super easy.
intact, but like the rest of their body, that can be pretty mangled. Caltrap, catapult.
So
Yo,
we
this
need
feel like
ball
I need
bearings,
very regret not making
caltrops,
Platt a gunslinger.
a string, some string.
Oh, this is a perfectly named song. It's called Bad Ideas.
Best ideas. Okay, so we need ball bearings for trippage. Maybe a net to fall down on top of them.
I also have a net.
That is a better
We
idea
can put a
than
bear
bear
trap outside the window. Even if it's like somehow affixed to snap down over like hands that go through. But
So, how upset would you guys be to the idea of putting a portable ram, attach it to the ceiling, and it swings down when the door opens?
Kill the housekeeping.
Well, sure fucking no if someone's opens the door because they'll be in our room.
We
Just-
can tell housekeeping do not disturb on that room. That's fine.
But what if they tell?
What if what?
What if housekeeping says something they shouldn't?
Don't think we'd have to worry too much about that. We can trust Joseph.
So... Do we want the net, or do we want the freaking thing swinging down from the ceiling?
I mean,
Probably both.
que los dos. I can do both.
But we want the thing swinging down so that, like, there's a side hitting them near the side on the door side hitting them, so that they go into the room as opposed to flying back out of the room.
I can make it. You could put it on the side of the door so that it
That would
swings
work.
parallel to the wall. So they
Okay.
take 2 steps into the room and then just get clubbed
Straight into the wall, just.
Straight into a bear trap.
straight into a bear trap covered with nets.
I mean,
Amavasya is just like excitedly mentally taking notes
Honestly,
about all these
you can
traps.
you can mousetrap this. They walk in, the thing swings, it hits. They hit the wall. It triggers a bear trap that's also holding up the end of a net that just.
so like, Jasnah has a 2-person tent. So
I
like,
also have a person dead.
so like, with all those like bits and bobs from the tent, we could probably like build swinging apparatuses and whatnot. If we want to attempt this.
I need to get this character like the Tinkerer's tools.
That would be a good idea.
I need to get this character proficient in tinkering, because at some point he's going to find gunpowder.
Just checking. How's my volume for everybody?
Sound good?
Just
I'm
fine.
good.
Fine by me.
Okay.
It's just like a chandelier of pain.
So, is that the plan? Get some tinkerer's tools and start building a mousetrap apparatus?
Sounds good.
I think so.
Oh yeah.
We should have
Yeah, at this
questions
point-
prepared as well.
Okay.
Questions. Specific things to ask. Ways to ask so they'll answer. I mean, even if we do catch them, we can't expect them to willingly give up their secrets.
No, but that's where the fun part comes in. Not really. That part's not fun. I'm not a sociopath, I swear.
Amavasya is just here to like give squinty eyes to Grayson.
He puts his hands up in defense like, it was a joke. I don't like torturing people. Nor do I plan to if we don't have to. I think this trap we're coming up with is enough torture in and of itself.
Well, we could always act like how we scared the dwarf away on our way into town. Maybe threaten them with some unseen force they won't be expecting.
Definitely a good option.
At this point, the drowned cat is just gonna like get out of the bath and just gonna like be like a ghillie suit, basically.
Yes, those of you who don't have scales are getting kind of pruny in there.
Haha, turtle.
Yes, you're the only one who looks pretty much the same.
Well, sounds like we've got at least the beginnings of the plan, if not most of it, actually. So. Shall we put our plan in action?
I say we should finish up here and get ready to go.
So are you guys going to be leaving the bathhouse entirely, or were you going to check out the other non-private pools?
We'll be back.
We have a lot to do this particular evening.
Fair enough.
Oh, that's
Question.
useful.
Question, DM.
Answer.
What time is it, like, roughly?
It's been a while. It's been a while.
No, it's
It
been
was
in the tub.
about it was about noon when you guys reached the town, so I'd say it's about 3:30 in the afternoon.
That makes sense.
Good relaxing takes time.
And Martin
Yeah.
already
Plus,
has
you guys
gone
got
to
here a lot earlier because of riddles.
Philly's gonna zoom out to go start watching Martin now because he's claimed to gone to sleep and there's still a lot of day left. So if he is up to something, maybe he's just trying to do it. I don't know.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah,
You
she'll-
send Philly off, and then you remember you have no idea which room he's in. Just that he went upstairs.
Philly will just peek in a bunch of windows until she finds us.
Sure, for Philly, just give me a perception check.
Alright. Does not have proficiency, so
Yeah, no, like after like 2 windows, Philly looks in, and Merton appears to be half on the bed, half off, with armor strewn across the room. Apparently, he is passed out.
alright. Just kind of disappointed look, like, oh my god, he's actually asleep.
That does seem to be what he does best.
So at least for now, Martin hasn't gotten up to anything. And she's just gonna continue chilling, like, on the windowsill or something, watching him.
Payton, I just want you to be proud of me. I was just asked how would you best describe a sorcerer, and I said, wizard of the Chad school.
Yes.
Oh my god. So, what is everybody else doing right now while Philly's off doing that?
I'm gonna quickly give Dusk a bath in the least scented container.
Yeah, the only one that was really scented, like there, like in the private baths, there was the small herbal one and the small saltwater, and then just the regular bath.
All right, yeah, I'll just dip him in the regular bath real quick.
You kind of pull him out, and he's like, he doesn't appear to be too thrilled with being dunked in water suddenly.
No, clarification. I would just dunk the rat. I mean, like, give a proper rat bath.
Hello, friend. Splash!
Oh, it's sprinkle all over again.
Oh, no.
You need a bath. Yeet!
All right, but yeah, you take
Full power
your little friend.
whips it at
You
the
kind of, are you like, are you doing this in front of everybody else as they're all getting up and leaving?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Just making sure. You take him out. Everyone else, you see a rat kind of puff out from Amavasya's fur, and see them cleaning the rat in the bathwater.
I just pictured Amavasya like turning around. Oh, right, yes, the rat. Kobe! And just launching the rat towards just bloop.
Gosh darn it.
I'm gonna tonight.
no.
I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay. As long as everyone's having fun, it's all good.
Look, the first thing we decided to talk about was mousetrap. Mousetrapping a tavern room. I'm in a mood.
It's just one of those.
So what
But
do we
yeah-
need to pull this off?
I have most everything.
Seriously?
I'm not joking. Have
What?
you seen the back of my cot?
Wish I hadn't.
Okay,
Gives me
so
shivers.
just to tell you guys exactly what I have in preparation for this, and I noticed I also have 10 feet of string and a bell. So we can actually set up a bell that it's attached to the other room that will ring if the door's open.
That's exactly what the alarm spell does.
I was gonna say, I think somebody actually just has
Yeah,
the
I think that-
spell.
I mean,
I think those are actually the material components for the alarm spell as well.
Well, wonderful. That's taken care of. I have 2 packs of 1,000 ball bearings.
Oh my lord.
Just noticed that. So I
2
think I
packs?
bought more ball bearings. So I have 2,000 ball bearings.
Oh my
We
god.
should spread those around so if they try to stand up in the corner of the room, it does not work well for them.
Just the entire room is just made of ball bearings.
Except like that one like 5-foot square like where they like enter the room. and then
I have
and then it's just
4
And the rest of the
hunting
room
traps.
is too dark to see anything.
I have 4 hunting traps. I have an iron pot, a bucket, a portable ram. I have some chains. I have caltrops. I have... God, I have too much stuff.
So what are you doing with all this stuff? Are you
I have a
guys
bunch
just
of
going to
fishing line.
discuss everything in the street, or are you going to the room to set up? Are you looking for more materials?
Amavasya wants to head back to the inn, but pick their stuff up from the person at the front desk first.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, Yusuf sees you come out from the changing rooms, and I hope you enjoyed your stay with us.
Yes, it was absolutely wonderful.
Well, you can come back whenever you like. And he's gonna reach into the dark-looking portal and pull out your gear and hand it back to you, like your weapons at least. The rest of your gear was in the change room.
Yes. Thank you so much.
yes, it's clean, fresh, clean pair of clothes. Just feels a lot more relaxed and seems so.
Yeah, all of you do notice as you're coming out, your gear, even if it was like kind of dirty from the road, it seems that it has been cleaned.
Amavasya is just like, this is the cleanest I've ever seen my gear.
It is all part of the experience. Yusuf smiles as you all are heading out. And he returns all your weapons as you're departing. Do come again.
so do we need anything else to rig up the portable ram, or do we have all we need for that?
I have 10 feet of chain and 50 feet of rope.
Portable rams aren't that big, I don't believe.
They're 35 pounds.
I think they're like the same size as like the police
Yeah, they're
rams.
they're heavy, but they're not like super huge. They're
Yeah.
not like an actual like tree log.
No,
But
they're not.
But they do still hit like trucks.
So Amavasya is heading back to the inn. What's everybody else doing?
Would I know of a place in town to get tinkerer's tools?
Not specifically, but you know that there is there's a blacksmith around here that might be able to make them for you. You've never been yourself since you don't normally trade in that kind of thing.
Yeah, I'll go there and ask.
Okay. Anyone joining Platt?
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah. Come along for the ride.
All right. First we'll
Also,
go with
I might need him to make me some meat hooks.
That's a
We'll
really
start-
ominous statement.
I'm not sure how to respond to that, so we'll start off with Amavasya because that's what because they're the
I
one who
hunt
had their first
animals,
idea.
guys.
Yeah, but you know.
It's for the deer.
But yeah,
And she'll pat Amavasya's shoulder.
Like I killed a whole ass deer on our way here, and we couldn't hang it up to bleed it out to make rations, and I want to be able to do that.
right.
Some of us are just like nodding along with Grayson, like,
Also, nothing is more terrifying than a turtle with a bunch of meat hooks. Nothing.
It'll certainly add to your intimidation factor. Which was already about as high as it gets, frankly.
I actually was
Anyway.
Please don't take that as a challenge.
Anyways, we'll start with Amavasya because they mentioned where they wanted to go first, and you head back to the inn. Joseph is still going around taking care of customers, but looks up and sees you and, well, you're looking more cleaned up now.
yes, I feel absolutely fantastic now. And we'll just kind of like fluff the fur.
If you need anything, give a holler. Plenty of empty tables.
Thank you. I'm going to basically kind of be keeping watch over the inn to see like who's regularly coming in and out, if anybody's going up to the rooms at all.
All right. Give me a perception check. Why not?
Alrighty. Oh, sorry, I dropped it. This character sheet is perception wisdom. Okay. You got 11.
All right. It doesn't seem like too many people. Like you maybe see like 2 or 3 head upstairs, but it's still like early in the day, and they look to be like staff of the establishment. Like one appears to be carrying some food up to some room. One is carrying a bunch of bedding and whatnot, and the other is just another customer who looks to have had a lot to drink, but not too many people are heading upstairs. The later it gets, the more people start to kind of shuffle into the place. It's apparently a regular hangout for travelers and locals who like to get a drink.
Is the drunkard at the bar Farley?
Farley? Yes, Farley is still up there.
Okay. Is there like forgetting words, like a piano or anything at this tavern?
Looking around, no, there does not appear to be a piano or any stage of that sort here.
Okay, so Amavasya is just gonna keep kind of scouting because they don't want to put the mark on the door if the door isn't ready or the room isn't ready. but they're going to be kind of covering by reading their farming books.
Okay. Cool. I'll keep the note of that. We'll jump over to everybody else who's follow. Platt, are you just walking there, or are you taking your cart, or just walking through the streets?
I'll just walk.
Yeah, it's not too far. You remember hearing about this place? You've never really gone yourself. You after a couple of turns, it doesn't even actually have a name, but there is what looks to be a hammer, a sword crossed over an anvil. Large stone building with an open forge to the left-hand side. You do see an individual hammering away currently. From this distance, it looks to be a half-elf. Outside it's a gated off area, and it looks to have two metal statues standing out in front of the gate, not directly in front of it, but off to the sides.
I will approach.
All right. You're about to step into the gated area when the two statues, their left and right arms respectively, cross in front of you. Both appear to be bladed.
Well,
They don't attack you, but they block your path.
that's unwelcoming to customers.
That's also pretty unsettling.
From the one on the left-hand side, why do you approach?
I was gonna do business, but I think I'll take my business elsewhere.
You start to turn to leave, and you hear a clang as something apparently hit the back of the head of the one on the left. You hear some shouting from further in. God's damn it, not the... God, again, quit scaring off my damn customers. More trouble than you're worth. And you see the half-elf approaching from the smithy. Apparently, they noticed. She looks to be... she's quite tall, for a half-elf at least, at 5'8". Red hair tied back in a bandana. Looks like she's been working for a while. She's quite sweaty at this point. But she approaches all of you. Is like, sorry about that. Damn things still need some fine-tuning.
Mhm.
Anyways, I'm Sabile. This is my shop.
Have I seen anything like those statues before?
Give me a history check.
History? Okay.
History or Arcana, I guess.
23.
Whichever you... Yeah, you've heard of such things. These are automatons. They're not quite the same as Warforged. They're built very similarly, but these are more clockwork than magic. There's a bit of magic to make them move a bit, but they don't have their own sentience.
Okay.
Fascinating.
It doesn't have a name.
How is your title party marker?
Because that's what they switched to. Just because everyone has access to the party market so they can move it around. But, so, what can I do for you? for you all?
Looking for some tools to be made.
Well, you came to the right place. I'm just about the
So-
only smith in town, so
As well as some hooks for hanging meat up.
raises a bit of an eyebrow.
I motion to the bow on my back.
Alrighty, I can certainly get that done for you.
Thank you. I'm looking for tinkering supplies. That kind of thing. Small bits.
Okay. Okay, don't get many of those types around here.
I got some traps and they break on me sometimes. I need to be able to fix them in the middle of the road.
Fair enough. I'll get right to it. Do you need this in any sort of rush, or?
A little bit. Not terribly, but we are looking to step out of town in a couple of days.
All right. Could you give me? I got a few other orders. Could you give me 2 days, maybe? That's all right. If you need a real rush, I can get it to you by tomorrow.
3 days.
Sorry, what was that? I couldn't hear through the sneeze. Sorry. All
3
good.
days will be fine. How much am I looking to owe you?
She said she could get it done in 2 days. 1 day if you needed it in a rush.
Autocorrect 2 days. Still need to know price.
No problem. Let me double check how much Tinker's tools are.
50 gold.
The tools will come to about 50 gold pieces, and the hooks. How many did you want?
Just 2.
Plus 4 silver. That all right by you?
Do you want now or when the work's finished?
Half now, half when the work's done.
Right.
Need to get the materials. Alright, she'll reach out a hand to take the gold and give you a smile. Well, I'll see you back here in 2 days then.
Take care.
You as well. And she's gonna reach down and grab what looks to be a forge hammer that's struck the back of the head of one of the automatons and carries it back to the forge.
So do we need Tinker's tools to rig this up, or are we going to attempt to do it without that?
I can do it without. It's just wrapping chain over support beams on the roof.
Platt, what was your passive perception again?
16.
Okay, you notice as she's turning, like, part of her hair had dropped down and covered, like, part of the side of her face and that side of her body. As she turns, a bit of wind kicks up, and you do see that she has some sort of, like, burn mark over part of her face that seems to stretch down into her clothing.
About that later.
All right. So where to next?
Just gonna start waddling back. Might need to take some of that gold we got from the bandits. Be some expensive tools.
We could go try and sell all the stuff we got from bandits.
Fair point.
Oh, that's right.
Who has all that?
It's
Yeah, it's
on
just-
Grayson's card.
Piled into my cart.
Could Amavasya send a message to Jasnah
What's the range on the
w-
spell?
Like 120 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you'd have to know exactly where they are. Like you'd have to be pointing in that certain direction. So you can try and cast it, but they're currently outside of the spell's range.
Okay, never mind then.
Sorry. So you're all heading back to the. My brain is dying as well. What the heck?
Tavern.
Yes, that
In-
place. Yeah, the Trader's Rest. After a few minutes, you guys return. You're back outside. You go back to check on your cart. It's in the same place, and you see Jesse just taking care of the horses. When you guys enter, she just kind of looks over, gives you a smile and a nod, and goes back to her work.
Alright. Guess we'll just head on over to Grayson's cart, look for all the, and get all the stuff. Actually, there's a lot of shit.
So that's why it's in the cart.
Yeah, so let's just.
Stuff it in the bag of holding.
Oh, we could do that.
Well, they had taken the time to clean it, if I remember correctly. Cleaning and mending.
I believe so, yes.
So they don't look suspicious.
I mean,
I mean, having a
walking
whole
in
bunch
with
of
several sets of armor and weapons and going, take these.
yes, but they're at least not covered in blood and holes and obvious death wounds.
They know where we got them.
Yeah, but they're still worth more than they would be.
Mr. DM.
Yeah, that's my name.
As a resident traveling merchant and someone who's been in this town, would I know like who I would go to for this kind of thing? Like maybe like a general merchant or like surplus wares, like that kind of thing. Anybody
Well, there are a few general stores that just do random trading throughout. There's, of course, the smith who might take the weapons and whatnot. But yeah, there's a couple of different, general stores you can just drop by and drop it off at.
Alright, I'll pass that on to the rest of the group. Just either we bring it back to the blacksmith, or I know a person or two who might be willing to buy it off us. And when I say no, I don't mean no, but I'm acquainted.
Whatever would get us the best deal.
Probably
And
not
or
the
least suspicion.
Smith knows exactly what all that's worth. Be able to tell it's well used. I suggest you find one of them general stores to sell it at. I'm gonna get started on getting one of the rooms ready. See if one is better than the other for the sword.
Do you need help?
Maybe.
Maybe he means absolutely.
Well, I would be happy to offer my assistance.
And I'll just wave a hand for you to follow him. And he's gonna go to his cart and get the 10 iron spikes, the caltrops, the portable ram, chains, the rope, bear traps, all of them. the iron pot, the bucket, the 2 sacks of ball bearings, the 10 feet of chain, the bell, 2 of the 5 candles, and his water skin.
Okie dokie. You grab all that. Are you like putting in the bag of holding?
Yes.
Or no, they were taking the bag of holding and going shopping or selling everything.
Well, we can just everything's on the cart currently, so
Take
we can
the
just.
cart. I need the bag so they don't.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
So I'm
You
just-
take the bag and you head on in. Joseph just kind of looks over to you. More drinks? Or are you here to destroy the rest of my establishment?
Actually, that might be exactly what we're doing.
The kind of like nonchalant, kind of joking expression kind of drops a little bit. It's like,
Yeah, the playful, serious, like, Platt face that he wears whenever he walks in here is gone now, and he's looking very serious.
what have you gotten yourselves into this time?
Little town. Actually, let's go to your office.
He doesn't, like, you've been here enough times. He doesn't actually have an office. He kind of considers the back of the bar his office. And he just kind of looks at you and goes back to behind the bar from serving tables and just kind of looks at you. What is going on?
Little town away south of here is having some financial troubles. Hired us to bring a letter of payment to the city over Wanda. More heat than we were expecting came right away. Now we're gonna be getting out of here, but first we need to find out if that heat's gonna follow us. So we're taking a spell to rig up a little bit of a welcome party in one of the rooms.
You know this is gonna have to cost you double then. I don't want any trouble in my bar or my inn upstairs.
Less trouble we can make, the better.
And if anything breaks, you're still on the line. Remember that.
Mm-hmm. Just don't have anyone come and service our rooms till we leave.
He's not looking too happy or comfortable with the situation, but he nods in agreement, begrudgingly.
Me telling you says I trust you. I could leave you ignorant and out of it, but I know you're a good man. You'd rather see good than bad done.
I'd also rather my livelihood not burn down to the ground. Just get whatever you're done doing, and don't cause me any extra trouble.
Don't plan on it. And he'll just turn and head up to the rooms.
And
As I'm
yeah,
turning and heading up to the rooms, I want to just look out very quickly. See if anyone's watching.
you saw Amavasya in the corner, but as soon as you guys approached the bar, they got up and headed out the door. Aside from that, give me a perception.
Perception, soft 20.
It doesn't appear anyone's really looking your way. They're all busy with their own things. jumping to outside, everyone else, Orryn and Grayson start heading off, and Amavasya quickly runs up behind you too.
Just a moment, please.
How can we help you, Amavasya?
You, good sir, are a merchant, correct?
I'd like to think I'm one of the best. And he stands tall, has really overly proud smile.
Yes. Where are you two heading?
Just general goods store. Gonna try and offload all of the equipment we acquired.
Perfect.
And gesture to it all.
Is there any way... Now, this might be a big ask, but I'm trusting you because you are a dignified merchant. Would you possibly sell my goods for me? I have to stay here with them.
Well, what do you need selling?
Oh, just a few things. Some armor, a couple trinkets of weapons.
Yeah, sounds like the same general stuff we'll be selling, so I can take it with us, and I'll make sure to set aside your share. Or specifically, your amount.
Thank you, and I'm sure you would know to haggle for the best price.
A day I buy or sell something at face value is the day I die.
Good man. Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Because Payton prepares to roll a new character.
Yeah, of course. Can't go sullying the good name of Grayson Aldenpaw now, can I?
One would hope not. And Amavasya is going to give a little bit of a bow before waving to head back inside.
Orryn will hold a pearl up to your forehead and cast Fortune's Favor, so you have a luck point for said negotiation. You can re-roll d20 if you don't like it.
Oh, hype. Okay.
Nice.
Alright.
All right, you guys head down the road. After a few minutes, you arrive at one of the more well-known general goods stores. It's called Bits and Things.
The bits.
Don't forget the things. But there are a couple people standing around outside, looking through the windows at some of the wares and heading in. Little bell tinkles, and there's still a number of people inside. It looks to be two people running it. A little halfling, as well as a human. Running up to you quickly, the human approaches. Yes, welcome to Bits and Things. What can I get for you today?
Hello. Me and my companion here have come in with... Got a good bit of goods out on my cart. Came in to see if you were interested in perhaps purchasing them for reselling.
Yes, of course. That is our business. Well, hold on a moment. He runs into the back, and another human runs out and starts helping some of the customers. Yes, please, if you don't mind showing me to these goods, I'd be happy to appraise them and give you an offer.
Well, of course, right this way. And they'll head out to the cart.
Heads on out. So what exactly are you selling?
We are selling 5 with Amavasya stuff, 6 light crossbows, 6 scimitars, 5 sets of leather armor, 2 of studded leather armor, 2 rapiers, 5 daggers, a heavy crossbow, 30 crossbow bolts, and a set of hide armor.
Mind just putting that in chat?
It's also everything in Grayson's cart.
Yeah, that's everything in the Grayson's cart list.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. I have to do maths.
I totaled the base cost and the sale price without negotiation for you there.
All right. Cool. That is actually very helpful. Thank you very much. He kind of looks over everything and okay. Looking at all this, he pulls out you didn't notice this before, but under his arm he had an abacus and starts doing the numbers. Okay. Looks Grayson up and down. Grayson, what's your base charisma?
Base charisma is at a 19.
Oh.
That's
just,
why,
You know what?
That's why you're taking the lead here instead of me, because your base charisma is over 3 times mine.
Jesus Christ!
You have a 6 charisma?
I have a 6 charisma.
Oh my god.
Oh,
What a grumpy gnome.
Given everything, we could give you, say, 300 gold for the lot. And knowing this is above the normal asking price, so this is considered a good deal.
Grayson will kind of scratch at his beard a little bit, thinking over the offer, And I forget. So we cleaned and mended everything. So do they still look used, or do they look like they're in really good condition?
They still they look clean, but they're still used items. They still look like they're used. You can't fully fix every little thing unless you took the extra time to make sure everything was brand spanking new.
Yeah, like mending will fix a hole in damage, but it's not going to wear and tear.
It's not going to make it look brand new or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so just let me thinking. What? Actually, I guess you'll just kind of ask. Say, throw in an alchemist's kit, and we'll call it 280.
Give me a persuasion.
Alrighty.
How much is an alchemist kit?
50 gold.
50. Alright, nice.
Ooh.
You can roll that again if you want.
I can. That's right.
That was the point.
Yep. So do you want to re-roll?
Yeah.
All right.
Fuck.
You get to take the better of the two with that.
Okay.
However, I'm gonna use a chronal shift on that because I still don't like that one. That'll be a 21.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh.
That took a chronal shift and a 2nd level spell slot, so that was not insignificant.
Yeah, be careful.
What does chronal shift do?
You guys get
it just forces a reroll.
Oh shit. Okay, that's cool.
He's like, he gives a bit of a like, give me an insight check. Either one or both.
Yeah, that was a 6.
Yeah, Grayson, you could tell this guy is fairly new to bargaining in general, and it looks like he's going to say yes, but he doesn't want to. Like he's trying to make he's like as when you were a young merchant, you really want to make a name for yourself. Like he really wants to win something in this interaction. And he's like, would you possibly go for 285? Oh, wait, no, you said 280. 275 and the alchemist kit for everything.
Grayson will, again, hand to his beard, thinking over the gear, just. And then he'll stick out his hand like, all right, got a deal.
You drive a hard bargain, but
you see a flood of relief go through him. Like with that, it's like you're pretty sure he would, if you would have walked away, he would have accepted your deal.
I don't want to do that to the poor kid.
He looks very happy and shakes your hand like, yes, just bring your cart around to the side and we'll have some of the boys start to unload it, and I'll go get your gold for you, and as well as your alchemist kit. And he quickly runs back inside.
To be young and innocent again.
And then, about 5 minutes later, after the cart's brought around, both himself and the other gentleman who he had called to assist in the shop have unloaded everything and have given you a large sack of gold. Please come again and visit us if you have any other sales you need or purchases you wish to find.
Well, of course. Well, thank you for the business.
Thank you. And he smiles, and as they're walking back inside, he's like getting a high five from one of the other guys. So that's a pretty large interaction there, cost-wise.
Yeah.
Like gold amounts, so. Yeah, you got all your stuff now.
Mm-hmm.
You're heading back to the inn?
Unless you had anything else you need to do, Orryn? But
nope.
Any other type of shops you want to try and find?
One day a group of bandits are going to come in. He's going to be able to rip them off so badly with all that armor.
So with the ways of both the Kernel Shift and the Fortune's Favor, well, I mean, Fortune's Favor, you obviously used magic on him, but would Grayson have felt Kernel Shift as well? Any sort of like magical just change in things? Or I don't know how that works.
That's a good question. I feel like probably not. Because Chronal Shift is essentially me exerting like a limited amount of control over the flow of time. And
here, I'm gonna have this happen. Grayson, give me a wisdom save.
Okay.
And I was gonna say another of my abilities is temporal awareness, so it seems like probably most people aren't very aware of the flow of time in the same way.
Or like the ways that you can alter it and whatnot.
Yeah.
Grayson, you felt something happen, but you're not 100% sure.
I imagine it's very akin to like deja vu.
Yeah, just like a weird little feeling.
That actually works perfectly.
Yeah. As they're like riding back towards the tavern, he'll just kind of lean in towards Orryn and just like, "Hey, thanks for the assist back there."
He'll
And
just snort and not say anything.
Grayson will just smile as they continue along.
All right, jumping back to the trap makers. Amavasya, did you join Jasnah and Platt in their
Yes.
shenanigans? All right. You guys head up to your rooms. You've been given 3 double rooms. So Merton is currently passed out asleep in one of them.
Man, if he triggers this goddamn trap.
So yeah, you guys get up there and you open one of the doors, the first one, and Merton is now completely on the ground, but still only half armored.
Is he alright?
Snoring.
That seems a bit excessive when it comes to sleep.
Give me a medicine check.
Grayson just kind of shrugs like, Oh no, this is you guys. I don't know why.
I don't know if I can.
What is time?
It doesn't look the most comfortable, but he appears to be sleeping soundly.
Oh, actually, I know what. Philly appears in the window as y'all open the door, and she gives an exaggerated shrug, like, eh.
There are 2 other rooms, one across the hall and one a bit further down on the right, so directly next door to the one that Merton is passed out in. Which room are you guys going to attempt to booby trap?
Perhaps the one not near Martin?
On the opposite side?
Yeah.
Alright, you guys open in. Oh, pardon me. There are 2 beds, one on either wall, a little trunk in the front, and 2 chairs. It's not the largest of rooms, but it's a room. Jasnah, would you on your way through here originally, would you have sprung the extra gold for the super nice room upstairs, or would you have gone with these more
Probably
commercial?
not. She's keeping track of her funds. Probably a bit more so at the time since she wasn't taking out bandits in 30 seconds. But so just to make sure she had enough money for her and Amavasya coming through.
Alright, so yeah, Platt, you definitely recognize these rooms. You've woken up with hangovers in them plenty of times. And Jasnah and Amavasya, you stayed in one of these on your way through before.
Are there, like, rafters on the ceiling?
Looking up, like they're kind of, but there's nothing. It looks like there's wood already, like, on top of them, so it's not like you can really hang anything from them.
You have a way to make a hole. Or 2.
Do.
Flashbacks to Grayson putting a hole in the wall.
A controlled hole.
Do.
Well, it looks like that may be required if we are going to be swinging something heavy from the ceiling.
Alright, we'll start setting up the trap.
Okay, describe to me how this trap is supposed to work.
It's actually fairly simple. The doors swing in, right?
Yes, they do.
So essentially, it is a weight on the ceiling attached to a rope that's going to extend down to the side of the door. And as the door opens, it pulls on the rope so that the piece of metal that holds everything together essentially gives. And it's not held up by much, but it'll give, and then the rope will go slack, and the whole thing will swing downwards. So something holding it up basically gets pulled, pin comes out, weight swings downward, and arc hits the person coming in the door.
Which is meant to knock. Are we doing the bear trap in the corner?
Yeah, so it'll swing just as they hopefully are coming into the doorway. I would probably need to draw this out.
Like I say, come on, we got paint tools. Use them, bro.
We do have paint tools.
Jasnah is also proficient in survival, so I think that would kind of count. Because it's in putting stuff like this together, because it's like a variation of like animal trap, just a bit more complicated.
Yeah, that's literally what I've been trying to research in the background. Like, what's the role for making traps?
Yeah, I think survival would work.
That's honestly what I was thinking as well. So,
because it's not, we're not building mechanisms. It's all like.
So have you've seen any movie where there's like a log that swings down and hits people that's connected to two trees? They hit a tripwire and the log swings down.
I just watched it 2 days ago.
That's what we're essentially making.
Like,
okay, all right, and Jasnah, you're assisting.
Yes.
All right, Platt, go ahead and roll with advantage.
Oh, here we go. So that didn't even go into the goddamn 17 plus 6. 23.
All right, you're pretty sure this trap, it looks good. It should work exactly how you plan on it. How I'm gonna play it is, when it triggers, the creature's gonna have to make a dex save to avoid getting slammed by this thing, and the DC will be your spell modifier, which I think is based off of wisdom, which would make
14.
sense with survival.
Adding into the so you have the mechanism up, you have the bear trap that's sitting on the opposite side where it's going to actually push them towards. I'm going to set up so I brought the 2 candles in. I'm going to set the candles up so that right before we go to sleep, I'm going to light them. And they are set up on the opposite side of the bed from where the trap is going to sit, so that the light hits the bed and casts a shadow over all of the rope.
I'm sorry, explain that to me again.
So, rope on the floor, bed, nightstand, candle, light hits the bed, and it makes a shadow. So when they come through the doorway and they hit the rope, they don't see that they hit the rope. They see a shadow, and then they get hit.
All right.
Just to help in keeping it hard, making everything really hard to see.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and there's going to be, like, as they're leaving, we're gonna put like ball bearings on the floor around, in the shadowy areas. So like in the event that they do see the rope, they'll hopefully like dodge the rope or dodge the swingy thing into the ball bearings and still fall over. kind of like as a little backup.
All
Oh,
right.
so like they step over the rope, hit the ball bearings, and hopefully trip back on the rope anyway.
Yes.
It's going to be a tight fit to fit all 5 of you into this one room with all this.
No, we're not going to be in
But
this room.
We're not in this room.
This is
Oh,
an
okay,
empty
okay.
room. We're going to
We're in
all
the other
cram
room.
into the other room.
All right. It's still going to be pretty tight with all of you into one room. Does that... Are you guys going to include Merton in with you guys, or is
No,
he going to take a
Merton's in
double room
his-
to himself?
Merton's over there.
Yeah.
Merton
I mean,
does
if
his
somebody
own
wants
thing.
to go in with Merton, but I think the rest of us are gonna stay together.
At
Stay
this
together so that
point,
we're safer.
the rest of your companions have arrived, and it's the tavern is starting to bustle downstairs. Like it's about 5:30, 6 o'clock about that time. So
If Merton is asleep now, there is a very good possibility he will be awake later.
you guys go and check on his room, and he does not appear to be there. His armor is all
Feely.
fully off now
Yeah,
and
Philly would have
on
been.
the bed.
If he moved, Philly would have just followed him. But
Oh yeah, Philly would have seen that. Yeah, he apparently got up, did a number, took the rest of his armor off and did a bunch of stretches. Apparently, he slept funny on his back, so he was stretching that out. Took off the rest of his armor and headed downstairs.
and he's just chilling in the bar. Or
Yeah. Orryn and Grayson do see him having a drink and laughing along with Farley Barleystone. He appears to be pretty sauced at this point. Both him and Farley.
lost in the sauce.
Like what time of evening is it again? Sorry, I think I missed it.
Like 5:30, 6 o'clock. Like the bar is starting to bustle now, and when Orryn and Grayson head in, as you guys finish up setting up the trap. What are y'all doing?
Orryn will divide out the gold between the party members as
Who was casting the alarm for that room?
that would be me.
So that needs to happen now that Orryn's back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's no problem. Nobody's really had any...
We just
you
have
take some
to
time.
guide him through the situation.
Give me 11 minutes.
Yeah, you can
Take
set
up
it
my
up
spell
outside the door as well, so you don't have to try and accidentally trigger the trap.
Yeah, but we don't want like a random person in the like hallway to accidentally set the alarm, even though they're not going in the room. Especially
I mean,
since there's a
Yeah,
lot
but I
of
mean, I
drunken
feel like
people.
you could do it close
set it up at
enough,
the base of
like,
the door,
Under, yeah,
Yeah.
under the door.
You can set it on the inside of the door frame so that if the door opens, it triggers.
Okay.
oh, true.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys take the 11 minutes. Set it up, no problems. And now, I'm guessing it's going to be a psychic trigger in your head, or is it going to be a loud one out so everyone can hear it?
Good question.
I'd say go with the psychic because
Yeah.
we want the rest of the trap to get triggered.
Yeah, that's true. Yep. Mental.
Cool. Just want to confirm.
Yep.
So yeah, you're all now seated around one of the tables downstairs. It's starting to get pretty lively. Drinks are brought to you all. Same as whatever you had ordered when you first arrived.
Yeah, Grayson will whip out the big sack of gold, just be like, all right, so here's everyone's shares of what we got. And then he'll just kind of divvy everything up. To you, to you, to you. A little extra for Amavasya, a little less for myself.
I'm going to subtly check the gold as to not like draw a scene to like just checking the gold. Just to like make sure it's there, and we'll kind of look back up and give a thumbs up.
Alrighty. It's all there as far as I know.
Yeah, Grayson divvies it up the exact way Orryn put in chat. So 65, 65, 65, 85, 40.
Well, alrighty then. The trap is set. Gold has been handed out. What are you guys doing this evening?
Hanging out
Partying and
around.
acting like nothing is wrong and that there is no trap set.
Alrighty.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna order one of those drinks.
Except
Yeah.
probably not drinking as much because we might have to do something later.
We're doing that
uh,
like fake cop drinking.
Oh,
I'm
wait,
of
we're
us
here for
doing
multiple
good.
days, right?
If
We're
that's
here
what you
for-
guys were planning.
Because the
Yeah.
the order.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not ordering the dragon drink tonight. Then I'm ordering that tomorrow.
The dragon's breath.
Yeah.
I might get a little too inebriated for whatever business might be going down.
Alrighty, if there was nothing else.
I will check over. So I have the shoot. What's the Dragonborn's name who died from the?
Oh.
Your Ash.
Yorash.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have the papers that he had cast illusory script on. I'm just gonna check over those and see if it's faded on any of them yet. That last-
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh, yeah, he's dead.
19.
Looking them over, you're pretty sure that they should be casting in the next, or they should be like dispelling in the next day or so.
Okay.
Maybe a day or two. You're not 100% sure, but it should be.
All right.
I
I'll
think it
bet
was
just
Orryn.
Read through his notes while we're sitting at the table, just to any insights into magic I get from it, or
Oh.
into why the race lifespans are diminishing. Not really interested in the what he was trying to do so much, but like kind of the peripheral, you know.
Overlying question.
Yeah, things that he figured out peripherally to that in terms of magic and races.
Yeah, you think most of that's in the encoded notes, probably, but
Probably, but
Like- yeah, you don't really get much else. You still have a spellbook. You do see the one halfling from before that you had been playing with the dice. He does return and gives you a tip of the hat as he goes over to one of the other tables. And begins to play some more.
I'll head over again.
Amavasya would also like to head over this time.
Alrighty. He looks to be playing with a couple of dwarves this time, and he looks up and is like, "Oh, good to see you. Well, you care to have a seat and play?"
If you don't mind.
Not at all. Does your friend want to join as well? They're kind of just looking over your shoulder, or right above you, I guess, since height.
Looking over my head.
Yes, I would love to join.
Well then, grab a seat. Just finished fleecing these two. So, what are you betting today? What are the stakes?
Can I kind of appraise just to see how much he's got and see if, or like insight to see if I can tell like how much he's willing to bet? Like I don't want to scare him off by going too high.
Sure. Looking on the table currently, like most of his winnings are on the table. It looks like he's got 25 gold there, and he's just kind of smiling happily at the two of you.
Okay. 10, 15 gold a hand. What do you think?
Well, that's quite steep, but I'm always up for a good risk. Is your friend willing as well? Sorry, I didn't catch your name.
My name is Amavasya. It is pleased to meet you.
Same to you. Philwood Copperspoon. Well then, let's play. And it's the exact same dice game as before.
Which was, remind me, you roll a d8, then a d6, then a d4, and you can re-roll any one of them.
Yes, but you have to choose to re-roll it just before you roll your next dice.
Yep.
Hang on, I'm sorry. Could I get that a bit slower?
No problem. There are 3 rounds. You start with a d8, you roll it, have a look, and nobody else knows what it is. You can choose to re-roll it then, or not. If you re-roll it, you can't re-roll the other 2. Then you go to d6. Same thing. If you didn't roll before, you could choose to re-roll it. And then the last one is d4. You choose to re-roll it if you hadn't re-rolled either one of the d8 or the d6. Highest number wins.
Okay. Also, is there any way we could make it I don't know the word that I'm trying to pronounce. So I'm gonna swap that word. Could we alter how much the bet is?
Ante. The word you're looking for is ante.
Wager.
Yeah.
Well, your companion's the one who raised it all the way up to 15 gold.
Actually, do I see this happening?
Well, I was asking both of them what they thought. Like,
Oh, I thought you were only asking the dwarf. Sorry, that was my bad.
no.
He's a halfling. The 2 dwarves at the table are just gonna sat back because they've recently lost a decent amount.
Got
And the
it,
rest
okay.
of you can join in if you wish. You see this happening. It's not really hidden at all.
I'd be comfortable with like 5 gold.
Fine by me. It's all in good fun.
I'll walk over and sit down.
Just thud.
Well, Platt, haven't seen you in a while. You recognize this guy. He normally comes in here every once in a while. He's a trader as well, but he loves the dice and the cards and just gambling in general.
Just back in town to take your money.
I'm pretty sure I won the last 5, but alrighty then.
You're drunk.
Grayson will come and like
Haven't had
lean
a
over
drop.
Platt's shoulder, not like taking a seat to play, just being there for conversation.
And you got Grayson with you. Good to see you again, buddy.
Good to see you too. And you know, if I let this turtle out of my sight, he gets into all sorts of trouble.
Don't I know it? You nearly brained me with a chair a few months back.
To be fair, you did beat him 5 times in a row.
He just kind of laughs and smiles. So, 5 gold? Everyone ready?
Sounds fair.
All right, everybody roll. Starting with the D8. Let me know if you're going to keep it or re-roll.
No, I like that one.
That one.
Amavasya?
I'll keep.
All right, on to the next dice.
Yeah, I'm gonna re-roll that.
Same with Fiddlewick.
I'll keep that
I'm
one.
also re-rolling.
Wow, everyone.
We do not like our D6s.
I was
No,
fine with
we
my
do
D6.
not.
I don't know what your problem is.
I
All
don't
right.
have one anymore.
It's in dice jail now. On to D4.
All right.
That one I'll reroll.
Fair enough.
I'm glad I did that.
Everyone lifts their cups. Fiddlewick's got a total of 9.
Oh, it's for the total?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta add.
We got
15.
Jesus Christ!
I rolled a max for the reroll and for the last one.
15 as well.
16.
Hey! Oh shit!
I rolled 8, and then I got a 1, re-rolled that for a 5, and then got a 3.
Damn!
8, 4, 3. Damn.
5, 2, 2. Well, damn,
Well,
you
now
got
I
some
gotta win my money
crazy
back from my
luck.
friend.
To save everything, you guys play for a number of rounds. Everyone just roll a d20.
Now, Platt, don't you go hitting Orryn with a chair.
So that's a 17.
That is 18.
I got 17 too.
Oh, God!
Can you stop? You magic person, you.
You guys know that he fucks with time, right?
Has he actually said that to any one of us?
That's fair.
I don't think so.
Like, we've seen him fuck with gravity. We have no idea he also fucks with time.
That's actually reasonable. Yep. Nope. Alright. He just appears very lucky.
Well, it appears Fiddlewick is not having a great night, so he's lost his total 25 gold. You guys can split that up amongst yourselves, respectively, based off of how high you rolled with the d20. So we got 2 17s, an 18, and
2 17s and an 18, so split
15,
it up.
5, and 5.
so 5, 5, and 15, basically.
Okay.
Word.
I didn't lose
Do
anything.
you get extra from the first round, right, Orryn?
What was that?
Because you won the first round, so you also get those winnings.
Yes?
All right, cool.
Or-
So
I don't know.
I'm breaking even then. I
Okay.
just had to figure out the math.
After a while, Fiddlewick's like, well, I guess the dice aren't with me tonight, unfortunately. Well, you win some, you lose some. He gets up and pats himself down. I'll see you lot around, I guess. Good to meet you, Amavasya. Orryn, it is fun to play with you again. You too. Careful with, no more table legs being thrown around, please.
That was only one time, and it's because I wanted to see what it was like to wield a sword. Table leg's pretty damn close, I learned.
And we all know how that ended. And he gives a smile and a wink. Well, I'll see you a lot later.
Grayson,
And
like,
he heads out the door.
unconsciously, like, rubs one of his arms.
Out of curiosity, how insightful are the two of you? Like, what's your insight? What's your bonus to insight?
6.
5.
I have a passive of 16.
Okay, so you would probably be able to tell Orryn's not actually that into dice. Being a wizard is just expensive.
Finally, someone said it.
He's not like, ooh, dice. He's like, I gotta copy these spells that I
paper
got
and
from. Yeah.
Jasnah, you're just over having a nice drink of wine while these people are getting all hyped up about dice and going crazy.
Yeah, she's watching, just being slightly amused. Keeping an eye on Merton, see what he's doing. Feely is still watching him, I think, too. But yeah, she's just watching everyone right now, keeping the cool head, letting them have their fun.
This is not fun. This is business.
To be fair, Platt also doesn't particularly like dice. He just likes games.
That's reasonable.
Fair enough. But yeah, Merton
Grew up in a sailor town. Dice was one of the only things they had.
Merton's drinking at the bar for a little while with Barley Stone. After a while, he sees everyone off playing dice, and then sees Jasnah kind of just sitting alone. And he comes over and's like, "Don't want to play with everyone else?"
Seem to have a full table going on currently.
Fair enough. Plops down with his ale. So we heading out tomorrow? Finish the rest of the journey to Scenaria?
Out of character, we're waiting on something?
We're waiting to see if someone will come and attack us.
Also, we're waiting for
there was like
Tinker's
a...
tool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Platt was getting some tinker's tools and some meat hooks available.
Not immediately. We're waiting on an order that was put in. But it shouldn't be too long.
He looks a little surprised. Man, I guess that's what I get for sleeping in. Alright, just he kind of rubs his head. Just let me know whenever we're heading off.
You didn't
Just
sleep
like-
well last night.
So. I don't, I'm normally on the road, so sleeping in nice warm beds is kind of amazing.
I just feel like now you're going to be awake all night, and if we do end up leaving in the morning, you're going to be tired then.
No need to worry about that. I'll be ready in the morning just in case everyone's heading off. Just don't leave without me. I do want to eventually get paid for this. Also, it would not look nice for the guild if I just suddenly disappeared and abandoned the job.
Which guild is this again? You did mention.
Right, whoops, wrong note. Oh yeah, we got, we're probably one of the most well-known guilds in Scenaria. Sorry, we're part of, I'm part of the Bronze Eagles.
And out of character, I can't remember if we talked about these or not.
No, you never actually mentioned or asked him what his guild's name was.
Would she know anything about that? Through her father, because that's how she learned most stuff.
Possibly. Just give me a d20.
History, or just like a straight d20?
Just a straight d20 to see if it might have been brought up by your father.
No!
No. No, he didn't really hire many mercenaries, especially out of Scenaria. So you've never heard of them.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm not from around here, so I've personally never heard of them. I've not been this way before. It's all brand new to me.
He just kind of shrugs. It's all right. Yeah, we got a nice guild hall in Scenaria. Good group of people. Normally, we don't do very high-end contracts. We mostly try and help out the little guy who just needs some help with like bandits or something tearing up their farms or people trying to muscle in on territory when they're like stepping on the little guy, you know? He's not exactly all there right now. He does appear to be quite drunk.
Well, you seem to be doing quite well for yourself.
Just kinda... He looks kind of happy at that. You can tell he's definitely a younger guy. Yeah, just kind of joined up recently. It's nice. It's nice. It's nice to have a group to belong with.
She's gonna try to insight to see if he's, because they were suspecting him.
Yeah, sure.
So just kind of see if anything
Doesn't
seems
actually
off.
think it's nice to have a group.
If it's
I'd say you'd have advantage because he
He's
is
drunk.
very drunk
See-
right now. So he's wearing his emotions on his sleeve, basically.
16.
He believes what he says, and he really likes the people he's with. And he's being quite honest about his guild. He seems very proud to be a part of them. A lot better than being on the road searching for that damn sword.
Sword?
He looks
you
over
lose
and then he
something?
Well, the whole country kind of lost something many years ago, and he gestures to his hair, which I forget. Yeah, I think you knew about them, Siora and their whole culture with that.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, he just gestures to the hair as if that's example enough. Give me a history check.
History, something she's good at.
Yeah, you've definitely heard of this legend. In years past, there was a great leader of Siora, and he held a mighty blade called Sior Kalestos, the Blade of Heavens. And it went missing thousands of years ago. After the collapse and everything, all the ages of races started to deteriorate. It was after that.
So after the whole Barrow situation?
Yes. It was many years after that, like a few thousand after that, but still many years in the past from here. And it is said that the next person to hold Sior Kalestos will be the king of Siura. Many young men head off, or not just men, like many people head off after to find it to become the next ruler of the country, but no one has found it.
So you went looking for the sword?
You just kind of... yeah. Most people do when they come of age, but nothing's really come of it, so... it's better just having good friends and whatnot, and actually helping people than looking for some stupid magic sword.
And you're happy with the way your life has gone?
Just kind of looks around. I'm alive. I have good friends. I have a decent job. I get to fight sometimes and show off my skills. It's a good life.
Well, I've been looking for something too.
Well, I do hope you find it.
Guess I'm not ready to give up yet. I've only just begun.
Fair enough. He raises his tankard to Cheers.
She raises her glass.
To finding your way.
There's no other way.
He downs his drink and... Well, I think I'm going to head up. I think it's about time. And he stumbles off towards the stairs to head back up.
We all wait quietly for him to go into the wrong room and immediately just fucking die.
Well, you see him disappear upstairs.
And we don't hear a crash.
We all hold our breath.
Philly zips after him to subtly guide him to his own room.
He
plan.
doesn't even notice. He starts to turn towards the trapdoor, but Philly kind of just no, and puts his hand on the other door, and he
This is
Kinda
your
s-
subconscious. That's the wrong room.
right. Thanks, Annie.
subconscious.
He turns to his door, opens it, starts to stumble and fall forwards, ends up going into a somersault, drunkenly standing back up. I actually rolled a crit on this. And was like, whoa, that was... He goes over to his bed and just kind of passes out.
Does he just slump onto the bed, or does he, like, get in?
He just kind of flops onto the sheets, like face down, turns his head to the side, and he's actually fully on the bed this time.
I'm starting to worry about that man. He sleeps far too much to be healthy.
How late is it now?
It's about, I'll say, like 9 o'clock.
He's only been awake
Okay.
for a couple hours.
That's honestly rather impressive.
It's your move, Grayson.
My move.
Platt put a chessboard down in front of us.
Oh, I see that now. Okay.
This Jasnah will get up and pay more attention to than the dice game.
Orryn will watch interestedly.
Alright,
Yeah.
you guys play into the night. When did you guys plan on heading upstairs and putting all that...
Impromptu chess tournament.
Orryn won't say anything, but he'll harumph every time he thinks someone makes a bad move.
Which is every single time.
Which is most of them, yeah.
Grayson will start learning and will like go to put a piece down. If he hears you a harumph, he'll like slowly move it somewhere else.
I love this.
I forget, for the layout of this inn, is there separation between the rooms and the main area?
Yeah, the rooms are up on the second floor, while the main area is all on the first floor.
Amavasya is gonna head upstairs, and will cautiously, but like subtly, write the thieves' cant on the door.
All right, give me a sleight of hand.
And D20 is 15 plus 6, 21.
All right, you definitely quickly scratch down the thieves' cant onto the door, and doesn't appear that anyone was around to see it. Platt and Grayson, both give me just straight intelligence checks. Let's see who wins this game.
Oh boy.
So I
What?
rolled a 7.
It is not like to Orryn and Jasnah, who are watching them as Amavasya does her thing, or their thing. Sorry.
It's not
This
a
game
good
is
game.
not good at all. Like, you're surprised they even know how to play with so many
They're
misplays.
trying. They'll get there.
You
But
will notice that
eventually-
there are a lot of things that Platt and Grayson do that are not actually rules of chess, but both of them seem to be going with it.
I love that. Yeah.
But in the end, Grayson achieves victory over Platt.
Like you'll notice that knights can move rooks. Like when they land on a space that their own rook can shift it to the side, and both of them have done that multiple times during the game, and it's throwing you two the fuck off.
What?
I think Orryn's about to have an aneurysm.
Yeah, I was gonna say Orryn starts looking more pained as the game goes on.
Jasnah lean in and is like, do you recognize this rule set?
I recognize its style.
We travel a lot, and sometimes you gotta pass the time. And sometimes that means inventing new rules for an old game.
Painful.
What benefit does... Can you explain it to me? What benefit are these changes?
Fun.
Keep us busy. You can only play chess so many times before stop wanting to play.
Orryn looks skeptical at that.
For most people.
If there's nothing else, time passes until you guys all decide to retire for the evening after the impromptu chess game.
A note, Amavasya wouldn't have returned. They would have just gone into the room that everybody would be staying in to not draw attention to the went upstairs and went back down.
Alright, that would be the one next to Merton and diagonally from the trap room. But after a while, everybody heads back up. Amavasya is sitting there on one of the beds. It will be kind of cramped in here. There's the 2 beds, 2 chairs, and the 2 trunks, so you're gonna have to spread across on the floor.
Puts Orryn in the trunk.
Fight for who gets the bed.
I mean, probably big enough.
Considering I have never slept in a bed ever.
I'm sorry, I'm just picturing Amavasya. If it fits, it sits in the trunk.
Well,
How large is the trunk?
It's like a standard chest size, so you could fit a person in there, I guess.
How easily could a gnome fit it?
Pretty easily. It'll fit a human body.
No, well, yeah, then it's spacious for me.
So you're gonna go into the chest?
Sprawl across the top.
Okay.
Orryn's not picky about where he sleeps. He'll take whatever's left.
Orange climbs in close to the top, like, I can finally get some peace from you people.
I'm sorry, that was really funny, and I forgot what the layout of the room was. It was a bed, a trunk, and a random turtle.
Chair.
A chair.
2 beds, 2 trunks, and 2 chairs. So, given all the information I've heard, Jasnah and Grayson are in the beds, Platt's in the middle in his shell, Amavasya, you're curling up into a trunk, as well as Orryn.
Sounds right.
This is
And,
the weirdest timeline.
oh god, yeah. Is anyone staying awake to keep watch or anything?
I assume so.
Grayson's
yeah.
gonna stay awake for a little while at the beginning, at least.
I assume we're taking watches, yeah.
Yeah.
And Philly will also be watching just the hallway.
Yeah, and the alarm, if it pings me while I'm sleeping, it automatically wakes me up.
All right.
Drawing a
Alright,
blank.
you
Is there
got
a window in this room?
Yes, there is a window.
Could we cover if it's not already covered?
There are no curtains.
Yeah, we got a bed sheet.
Yeah.
Grayson will
Alright,
sacrifice
yeah.
the bed sheet from his bed and put it over the window.
Sure, that works.
Well, Jasnah doesn't really need sheets. Because
Oh, yeah.
she's not trying to be warm, so have her blankets.
Grayson
We
willingly.
also have all of that cold weather gear that we brought that
Oh.
turned out to be useless.
All right.
Well, no, we are gonna need it because we're going north. It's just
Yeah.
It'll come in handy sometime.
Yes. D&D players and remembering things. What was that line from Critical Role Vox Machina for saying we'll call you back since 2013?
The items they commissioned and then never picked up.
Pike's goddamn, quiet armor. Magical quiet armor.
Right. I forgot that they ordered that. Yeah, she got some
So did
magic
they.
armor.
So did they.
Yeah, she got that epic magic armor later. Anywho, you guys all buckle down. You have rotating watches. You have your rest.
Grayson is gonna, since nobody's in any of the chairs before he goes to sleep or anything, he's gonna just take one of the chairs over to the corner of the room and just start kind of talking to himself in Celestial, is what it seems.
Talking to Philionor?
Yep.
All right. Your rest goes on. And you all wake the next morning fully rested. Orryn, you got no ping off of your alarm spell? Any of you all of you who took watches didn't hear anything out of the ordinary? And you've all had a long rest.
Good, but suspect.
Yeah, I feel like it's a good thing nothing happened, but I'm also kind of disappointed.
Yes, I could have had that drink.
We've only been here a day.
Right.
Probably need a little bit of time for word to get to them.
True. Now, how do we have 5 people all leave the same room without seeming suspect?
Should we bring Martin on this? I was
we
talking
trust
to him
him?
last night, and I know he doesn't seem involved. He's very proud of his current position in life, which seems to be asleep. But I'm not sure how long we could continue to hide this from him. Because he expected to be leaving this morning.
It'll be difficult to keep making excuses that are fair or logical.
You got a good read on him. I don't mind.
I don't object.
And you're sure about this?
As far as I've been able to tell. If any of you want to spend a bit of time with him and double check, get your opinions. None of us have really attempted to get to know him.
That's true.
That's a fair point.
Orryn looks uncomfortable at the thought.
Don't worry.
Barely tolerates you people.
If you
Another one?
What do you mean I have to talk? That wasn't part of the deal.
Essentially, yeah.
Well, throughout the day, I mean, I can spend some time with him, get to know him, but on the off times, definitely going to keep Philly watching over him, because seeing how he spends his day with nothing to do otherwise may give us an answer one way or another. Or more of an answer than we currently have.
Then if you think you got a good read on him and you think he's trustworthy, we tell him tonight.
I think that's as good a plan as any.
Mm-hmm.
All right. A lot of you get up and you go over to check on Merton and the trapdoor room. Merton does not appear to be there. His armor is gone. The trapdoor room looks like it's been undisturbed.
Did Martin leave through, like, the main hallway? Like, did Philly see him leave?
Yeah. Philly saw him leave and head downstairs.
She would have tailed him then.
He's currently eating breakfast downstairs.
Orryn, how long does that spell of yours last?
8 hours. I will cast it again before we leave, or before we head out to do whatever we're doing today. And
Is there a distance limit on?
I have to be within a mile to get the alert.
Then, as long as we don't leave town, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
It does bring up a good question. What the hell are we going to do with our day?
I don't know. You guys head down. Merton smiles. He waves to a lot of you. He's like, hey, all. Good to see you're all up.
Orryn will go sit at whatever table he's at for breakfast.
Yes, good morning. And Amavasya will join.
Hey,
Morning. You all sleep well?
Well as ever. Yeah. Orryn says well as ever in a grumpy enough way that it seems like the answer is no. But you can't really tell.
That was some of the best sleep I've had in quite a while.
Sorry, I just love the difference between the answers.
Yeah.
Well as ever. That was some of the best sleep.
Well, I guess I should try your bed instead. That sounds amazing.
Still
No
not.
sleep is complete
I
without
can't
coffee.
believe that just happened.
Well, to be fair, I did sleep in a trunk.
A mix of confused emotions go over his face, like, what? Why did you? Why? What?
Don't worry, it's just what I'm into. And Amavasya will just kind of laugh and like brush it off.
That can't be taken the wrong way at all. No, sirree.
Fair enough. I don't feel like prying into other people's preferences, so I'll go order some food for the rest of you. And he'll get up and head over to Joseph.
Don't forget coffee.
No problem. few minutes later, Joseph comes back with food for all of you, coffee for those who wish for it. So I was talking with Jasnah last night, so you guys don't plan on heading out today?
No,
No, till
we're
later.
sticking around a little while.
All right, I guess. It's not like I have the documents to leave on my own anyway, so...
That bandit attack left a couple of our members a little shook. So we're giving them a little time to recover.
Yes,
Would have
that
told
was
you yesterday,
my...
but you got about 20 hours of sleep. Didn't have much of a window to let you know.
Amavasya, what were you saying?
Yes, that was my, first, time, anyways, I haven't fought like that before. Everyone just kind of, like, anxious ears back.
The trunk of the bandits.
The bandits. And we'll immediately feel, like, more lighthearted at the joke.
Yeah, I guess it's not really for everyone. It's tough to get used to. I hope you feel better about it, but I guess then... Well, you guys do whatever you gotta do. I think I'm gonna just check out the city. I haven't spent much time around here.
Want me to show you around? I've been around these parts a couple times.
That's alright. I enjoy exploring on my own, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I respect that.
Just gonna get up and give you all a nice smile and head out the door. Is Philly gonna keep following him?
Yeah, Grayson just kind of nods to Philly, and then she goes back invisible and zips after him.
Alright, cool. Well, the day is yours. What do you all want to do?
Hey, Grayson.
Yeah.
You know of any wizards in town or people who cater to wizards?
Yeah. Would I know anybody like that in town?
You wouldn't know of anyone who does magic specifically, but you have heard of a healer who sells potions. That might be the closest that
Looking
to
for
magic.
another wizard to learn spells from and or a place to buy high quality paper and ink, essentially.
As far as for magic and that sorts, you were really one of my first and only arcane customers. However, high-end paper and ink, that more likely.
Could come from the same store.
I might as well take a visit back to where we went yesterday. Bits and things. Things and bits and paper and ink.
Do you happen to know if there's a locksmith or even a bookshop?
Yep.
Reading and stuff, there aren't too many around here because it's just a trader's town and not everyone is the most educated in that line.
Mhm.
But
Bits and things might be selling some.
bits and things might sell some. There was the potion shop that I had mentioned earlier, they might have some like herbal remedy type books and stuff like there. Aside from bits and things and that, you don't really like. It's a large town, but it's not like a full city, so you don't think you'll find that much knowledge.
Well, locksmith definitely out of the question. Probably Sonalia City if you look in the right places, but not down this ways.
Like for locks, the closest would be the forge, but yeah, not like.
Could get a lock made for you, but can't imagine that's what you're looking for. He'll just kind of give you a wink.
Like finger guns.
But books. Also not as many, but if they'd be anywhere, either bits and things, they might be selling a few books here or there, or there is a potion shop. And just like generally anything related to that, so if you're looking for like maybe a manual or just books about various flora and fauna that have to do with alchemy, might have something like that.
I see. Thank you.
Of course. I know I'll be making a stop to both, so if you want to tag along, feel free.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, I will definitely accompany you in case I find something that needs haggling.
All right.
Okay, what's everybody else doing?
Grayson
Jasnah?
extends the invitation to you two as well, if you want to come along for the shopping spree.
Jasnah
I'll
will go
come
look
along.
around. She didn't go last night, so.
All right. It's a party then.
All right, everyone's heading off.
And
So which?
I do cast the alarm along the door before we go. For the mark room, trap room.
Fair enough. Good to know. So which store are you going to first?
Probably bits and things, because that generally seems to be the place everybody needs to go. But
All right, you head over to Bits and Things. It's still pretty bustling, not crazy, but it's bustling.
Oh, damn.
as they enter,
You
Grayson will
head
kind
inside.
I'll be like obnoxious. Well, but enter just be like, the one, the only Grayson Aldenpaw has come back for more business.
Oh, gosh, like fake trumpets.
Amavasya, give me a performance check.
Alright.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Okay.
You head in. You
On our way over, Orryn's gonna ritually cast Detect Magic, just so he can tell if there's anything magical in the store.
sure thing. Upon entering, no pings.
Didn't think so,
But
but
the same attendant from the day before comes up and is like, "Oh, you're back so soon. It's good to see you, Master Grayson. What can I help you with today?"
Well, I don't have much personally in the way of things, but I did bring along a whole slew of companions that all need some business done, and figured you'd be the best one in town for it. You'll give like a wink.
He definitely perks up at that, and yeah. What does everyone require?
I'll let them handle that themselves, and he'll just kind of gesture towards y'all. And for someone to like step up.
Orryn will step up, though I don't know if he'll notice him immediately.
He'll
Given how
notice you.
short he is. Okay.
He's used to
I wasn't sure if we
customer
were
service.
at a counter or anything. And if we were at a counter, I might not be visible.
No, there are counters around the entire outer side of the shop with a few openings for the different associates to go in and out of. But there are also a number of tables spread out throughout the store, and you guys are just kind of like in the middle of the store.
Okay.
Yeah. What can I get for you, good sir?
You sell wizarding paper and ink?
We have paper and ink. I'm not sure if they're specifically wizarding. Do you need like very fine quality? Is that it? Is that what you mean?
Just a second, I forget, because I'm pretty sure the ink does actually have to be specifically prepared for that purpose. It's not just like high quality.
Oh shit.
I
remember.
I'm not sure either.
I didn't realize.
I don't recall.
Did you copying spell into a spell? But if you just level the spell, process takes 2 hours, 50 gold. Cost represents material components you spent. It doesn't explicitly say, at least in just like the generic part of wizard.
I'm just gonna rule that it as long as it's high quality.
Okay.
You also basically enchant the paper yourself as you're copying.
Okay.
As far as I'm aware.
Yeah, then.
Yeah, I always figured it was like the process of. It was all a process. You just need the right components.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm just pretty sure I read that the ink had to be specifically prepared for that purpose. But if that's not the case here, then all the better. Yeah, so I'll just go for high quality paper and ink.
Yes, of course. How much do you need?
100 gold worth.
I can check in the back, but I'm pretty sure we have enough. Was there anything else? Just so when I go back there, I can check for anything else. He's kind of looking over the whole party.
Yes. Do you happen to have any books, whether for animals, exploring, really just general books?
I can check again at the back, like I said. But he gestures to over one of the tables where there are a stack of a couple books. Mostly we have adventuring titles and stuff for for children's stories mostly. I'm not sure if we have anything too elaborate or informative. I'm deeply sorry for that inconvenience.
No, that is perfectly fine. I'll go take a look at the other titles you have.
Yes, feel free, and do bring them to me when you if you wish to purchase any of them.
Certainly.
He's continues smiling and looking to the rest of the group. And anyone else need anything?
Jasnah's are just wandering about the store at this point, seeing what's there.
Yeah, same.
Rest of us are just gonna search around a bit. Thanks for all the help.
No problem. I'll go check in the back for your goods, sir. I'll be right back. And he quickly heads off to the back portion of the store. Are you guys looking for anything specific on the shelves or just browsing?
How busy is this place?
There are two other associates, either helping people, or one of them just appears to be just kind of looking. He's apparently been shooed off by a couple of the other customers and just looking to be helpful in any way. There are about 6 other customers in the building aside from the party.
Okay, thank you.
If no one's looking for anything specifically, the man comes back with with a nice large bottle of ink and a number of sheets of very fine paper. Yes, this is this up to the quality that you require, sir?
I will look it over. I assume it is. But...
Yes, that is very fine quality.
Okay. Will do.
Yes. And you are with Mr. Grayson, yes?
Ilmad.
Yes. For a returning customer, I can give, especially with all that happened yesterday, I can give you a bit of a discount if you are all right with that. How does 92 gold sound for the lot?
Appreciated.
Discreet thumbs up at you, Orryn, from Grayson.
Thank you very much for your business, and now you can mark off 100 gold worth paper and ink supplies.
That won't last long.
2 whole spell.
Or 1 second level spell. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Oh, I forgot it multiplied. Oh.
Oh,
Yeah, it goes up by
it's
50
per
every
level.
It goes up by 50 every level, and it takes an additional 2 hours.
To copy the spells that I already have access to, I would need another 200.
Oh my god.
The life of a wizard is to have many spells and no way to get
nothing
access
else.
to them.
Life is pain for wizards.
and to be way behind the rest of the party on like magic items and to always be broke.
Oh yeah, you don't pay for shit when you're a wizard because you don't have any fucking money.
Oh yeah.
So, Amavasya, you're checking out these. You're looking through these books, and they appear to be mostly like children's adventure stories.
I'm going to pick up 2 of them and bring them to the counter with the clerk.
Yes. Welcome. Have you decided to take these 2 titles?
Yes, I was wondering if I noted and this is by no means a jab at you. Books are hard to come by in any town, really. But I noticed that your selection is a bit small. I was wondering if possibly you'd be willing to trade 2 of these children's books for this farming manual. I've read it myself. It's really quite good.
He'll take it up, kind of page through it, mostly checking like the quality of the binding and whatnot. Give me a persuasion roll.
Okay.
Jasnah will quietly inspire her, snapping her fingers in the back. Just like Amavasya will know what she's doing to a degree.
The
and
rhythmic
she'll
snapping.
be inspired by it, yeah.
Is it a D6 or
Yeah,
a
whatever
D8?
Whatever we start.
D6.
Yeah, whatever we start with.
Yeah.
Alright, D6.
D8
Okay, so you can
to
add a
level.
D6 to whatever you roll.
Alright, so that would be 3 plus 3 plus 12, 18.
I forget you're a bard, Jasnah.
Yeah, she's not very bard-like. She doesn't really
No.
realize what she can do.
He looks over to you, Amavasya, looks over to Grayson and gives him a smile and a wave. Alright. He kind of looks over to the other 2 associates, kind of
Is
making
it
sure
like
that
a
they're not
walk over here
paying attention.
wave, or just a...
No, just a smile and happy. Alright. because you're Grayson and this is a fair quality book, I can sell the two of them. I have to say I made some sort of a profit. So, how does 5 copper for the 2 books with this trade sound?
That sounds like a very fair deal.
He gives a smile. Well, then it's a deal, much louder, and goes to shake your hand.
We'll enthusiastically shake it back.
That's awesome.
One of the other 2 associates kind of looks over and is like, and
Grayson gives a big encouraging smile, like, yeah.
Gotta be loud and
thank
proud
you for
about the
your
deals you make.
business. And he hands you the 2 books and takes the one that you offered. Now, have a good day.
Yes, you as well.
If you need anything else, do let me know and come back.
Oh, absolutely.
And
Return to the group.
was there any more bits and bobs shopping you guys were looking for here?
Nope.
Not here. Really, not that I can think of.
All right, you guys head out of the store, back into the promenade streets. It's all cobblestone mostly. Building, I guess I never really described the buildings, but like mostly wood with some stone around the bottoms of most of these buildings. It's not a crappy town by any means. It looks like it's doing quite well for itself. So, are you guys heading back to the tavern, or what?
We're going to the potion shop, I believe.
The potion
Yes.
shop.
Right.
Hot chance.
Grayson, you've rode past it before. It's on the main promenade. It's called Tonics and Tinctures. You head over, and it looks like there's a little flat, like not a flask, but like a beaker in wrought iron out front of the door with Tonics and Tinctures written in common underneath it. It's a nice shop front. A number of flowers come out of a couple of the flower beds from the windows. Seems to be well maintained.
Grayson isn't as familiar with the shop, so he's not going to make a loud, boisterous, and obnoxious entrance. You'll just like very normally just enter the shop.
You head inside and you hear some raised voice on the inside. Not like full shouting, but definitely heated, or a bit more heated. You're never going to get anywhere if you keep hiding yourself away in your lab. There's a whole wide world for you to see out there. It's not as scary as you think. Heading in, the bell tinkles, and the voice kind of just remember what I said. As you walk in, you see on the back wall a number of vials and potions all lined up behind glass, most of which are of varying different colors and sizes. You do see a couple alchemy sets throughout the place as well.
Now they're gonna show up everywhere.
I know.
Well, I expected you to buy it from this place, but whatever.
Got it in a trade.
There are 2 long tables in the middle of the shop, most of which have different like pouches and bundles, one of which has a number of different plants sprouting from it. Heading from the back area, you see a human woman, brown hair, goes about midway down her back in common folks' clothes, and hello and welcome. Please excuse me. And she heads out the door behind you, passing everyone. A few moments later, from the same backroom area, you see sensitive hand kind of stick out, and you see a light red-skinned tiefling. Her hair partially covering half of her face. She appears to be wearing like kind of like lab room, like basically think science chem lab equipment on, and she kind of tentatively pokes her head out. Hello, welcome to Tonics and Tinctures. Is there something I can help you all with?
Hello, Grayson Aldenpaw, and he'll like outstretch a hand.
She immediately shrinks back quickly. She looks quite nervous and uncomfortable with the sudden loud booming. Yes, hi there. I'm Smeel. This is my shop. What can I help you with?
Don't worry
sorry.
about him. He's just a bit excitable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to startle you. I'm sorry.
It's all right. What can I help you all with?
I just tap Grayson on the arm. Go, you need to work on your entry.
My entrances are just fine. I just need to make more of them for multiple situations.
Which might even be called working on them.
Ashubh. Potato. But me and my friends here, and he'll kind of gesture over everyone. We've come for various needs that we were hoping your shop might carry. I, for one, am just looking for some supplies and various materials and resources needed for alchemy.
Well, I have a number of different compounds and different plants that can be used and such, and she gestures to the tables. I also have a number of different potions and whatnot that one might need, and she gestures to all the potions, all behind glass doors. Orryn, did you still have your detect or did you recast detect magic?
I was gonna recast it on the way over, yeah.
Oh yeah, you can tell that like the potions are all magical, as well as the glass doors in front of them. They all seem to be like magically locked.
The potions, the only magical things.
Potions and the doors, from what you can tell. You think actually some of the equipment she's she's got like some heavy duty gloves on and a large apron. You think you can tell that those are both magical. They're adjuration school.
Okay. Makes sense. Yeah, I'll ask if she happens to have any scrolls.
She kind of just shakes her head. No, I'm not too good with magic of that nature. I just make my potions. That's all. She kind of brushes part of her hair back behind one of her horns, but it again flops in front of, like, it doesn't seem to want to stay, and flops back in front of half of her face. Is there something specific you guys all needed to create some specific potions, or?
Healing potions would be helpful.
Yes, I have a number of those available for sale if that's what you need. And
Yes,
she
please.
goes and takes out and Orryn, you can recognize this. The key is definitely magical, and she goes and unlocks one of the doors, not dispelling, but like releasing the magical lock. And she grabs out 4 red potions, and she puts them on the counter. I have 4 minor ones, or 4 regular ones available right now. I have some other larger ones as well if you'd be interested. Just when people come in, they normally want these. She just kind of quietly trails off.
Well, I'll take 2 of them if that's all right.
Yes, of course. They're each 50 gold, so that would be 100 in total. Do you pay that much?
Yes.
All right, you have 2 healing potions there. 2d4 plus 2.
Yep. Just in case, considering what they've been
Oh, yeah,
through already. Not that she
Always there to be prepared.
not that she really expects to run into another red dragon or such a thing. But
Hopefully not.
Who knows?
that feels like a once in a lifetime situation.
Well, now that you've said it.
Knock on wood.
But
You wanted some supplies to create or to make things? Are you trying to make something specific, or just trying to throw things together?
Oh, you just want to look up from the middle table. More general things, just like smoke bombs could be useful. Just general supplies, a whole slew of random stuff.
All right, I can.
we are likely going to be heading into a very dangerous place, so anything that could help us in that respect.
Well,
Maybe supplies for alchemists' fire.
I have what you need to make that. Then she goes to one of the tables and grabs some of the stuff and here. To make 1 vial of alchemist fire, it only costs about 20 gold for the ingredients.
All right. Have you got 2 pouches ready? I'll buy both.
Yeah, of course. She quickly goes and grabs a second pouch and hands it over to you.
And what about material? And what about supplies for a smoke bomb?
Yeah, that she starts listing off some alchemical ingredient. Like she's kind of thinking this out loud and just saying alchemical ingredients that could be useful in making such a thing because she's not made one herself. To get all that, it probably cost about maybe 15 gold. Not sure if it'll fully work, but it should work.
Since Grayson is also he's proficient in alchemy and understands how it all works, does the ingredient she listed off sound like they'd make a pretty solid smoke bomb? Which I imagine he actually has done because not strong.
Oh yeah, definitely. The one that she, from what she was listing off, one of well, that she kind of brushed the idea off. I forgot that you were proficient in alchemist tools. I thought you just wanted them just for fun.
Wait, no. He's he's actually trained in alchemy.
She had one of the ones she had suggested and kind of explained, which she definitely knows her stuff, even more than you do. And
definitely.
she had started thinking about one that the smoke explosion would have been giant. And then she just kind of waved that idea off. And the one that she suggested should probably be about... It should work for, like, basically the same as a fog cloud.
I'll take a few supplies for a few of the small smoke clouds, but do you happen to have stuff for the massive smoke bomb?
Oh, that, I didn't realize, she just kind of gets really quiet. It would be quite a lot. I think it might cost a good, 200 for the supplies.
Then another time, then. Hopefully, no time at all, but...
So for however many smoke bombs you want to make, that's 15 gold each.
Okay.
For the supply.
And it was 30 for the 2 alchemist fire as well, right?
30 per alchemist fire, yeah.
30 per, that's right. Okay, so he'll do 1 alchemist fire and 2 smoke
No,
bombs.
it was 20 per.
20 per,
alchemist fire. So 40 total for 2.
Okay, so doesn't have the money. He'll do 1 alchemist fire and 2 smoke bombs.
All right. She gets everything prepared and hands it off to you.
And I mean, he is a merchant. He's gonna haggle a bit, but like not his normal haggling, because poor shy. He's just kind of like. All right, so I think the total would be 40 plus 20 plus 30.
50 total with the 1 alchemist fire and the 2 15s.
Yeah, once they've got like everything on the counter or whatever, he'll be like 50 gold. Throw in a few empty vials and you've got 50 gold. You got a deal for 50.
Go ahead and give me a persuasion. Oh!
There we go.
Okay. She grabs like a couple of vials and just puts them together on the table. All right. There you go.
Yep. Get out the 50 gold for it.
She takes the gold and puts it underneath the counter. Is there anyone else needed?
Yes. Do you happen to have, might be an odd request, but do you have any poisoner's kits?
Yes, I have a few poisons already made, and she gestures to one of the cabinets, and I also have the supplies of ingredients that might be toxic to individuals.
Okay, and out of character, because I got no clue. Does that basically mean poisoner's kit, or would that be like part of the stuff required to create a poisoner's kit?
Looking around, and you're proficient with poisoner's kits, correct?
I don't think I am.
Oh right, you're arcane trickster, not assassin.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn
okay.
the poison.
You're not. I mean, it might be enough supplies. You're not 100% sure. If you want to like buy an actual poisoner's kit, it'd probably be better to go with an underground source that isn't exactly on the up and up, or through some governing body that allows such things.
Through governing body.
Got it. So what she's saying is she has
some
material components that are toxic?
Yes, she has poisons and she has material components that could be turned into poisons.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
Could I have a look at those components?
She just kind of tentatively raises a hand and points to, like, when she's been grabbing supplies, she's been grabbing them from the back, not from the stalls out front. Like, she's been staying safely tucked behind her counter. And just kind of points to one of the corners of the table closer to the window. There's a couple of plants in there that can be used.
See, you seem really quite knowledgeable about this sort of stuff. I'm kind of new to the field. If I get a couple of these components, do I have to go and buy something to brew it in, or could I sort of just use a pestle and a vial?
She looks you could use mortar and pestle for some of them, but others you need to properly prepare in very specific ways.
I see. Interesting. Do you happen to have a mortar and pestle and the herbs I could properly prepare with it?
Yeah, yes I do. And she reaches down and pulls out a mortar and pestle. Probably the best for you for basic use would be them. She points to what looks to be a bluish violet colored flower. There are currently 2 potted there. You could take those 2 and if you ground them up they're very good rat poison for getting rid of such inconveniences or infestations.
Amavasya will slightly instinctually be taken aback at the mention of rat poison. And we'll go, right. Maybe other pests, not quite my beloved rats. And like Dusk's head will just like pop out briefly.
She quickly kind of shudders back. I meant no offense. I simply think it is still toxic to other individuals.
No worries. I realize that it's quite odd to befriend rodents in most places.
It's just what it's the most commonly common use for such a.
And thank you. Now I know. How much would all of this run me?
Hold on.
Sorry.
All good, because mortar and pestle is normally part of herbalist. So I'm trying to think. Herbalist kit. Oh, jeez. Yeah, she basically pulls out like a full herbalist kit. It's like so to prepare it properly, at least this much. This will run to about 5 gold and for the for the 2 wolfsbane would be about 5 silver each, so 6 gold in total.
That sounds like an excellent deal. Thank you. I will take all of them.
All right.
And sorry, I didn't get your name.
I'm Samil.
It's nice to meet you. I'm Amavasya.
She gives a tentative smile. It's nice to meet you.
So 89. And so we're marking that as a herbalist kit and 2 wolfsbane.
It is literally a wolf's, a nerveless kits and 2 wolfsbane.
Awesome, thank you.
They are like currently potted in plants, so deal with that how you will.
All right. Do these need to stay potted until I prepare them, or is there a way I could dry them in a book?
I have herbalism books if that's what you if you want. And she pulls up she goes into the back and pulls out a very large and thick tome. It is quite pricey, but it has everything you need to know about plants and their different properties for creating certain potions and tinctures and occasionally poisons.
How pricey?
200 gold. She says it very quietly, knowing that it's quite expensive.
Oh, I will have to put that on a wish list, for now at least. But it's good to know that you carry it.
I'm very sorry. Yeah, it's quite expensive.
Just so I don't waste the plant that I just bought from you, and I can certainly tip for this knowledge if need be, but is there a way that I can, not carry it around planted while it's still, and not have it lose potence?
She kind of thinks to herself. No, that'll dry it up. Unpotted, as long as you prepare it quickly, it should last for about half a day outside the plant. But once prepared it or ground up, it should have its potency for about a week.
I see. Thank you. That'll be plenty of time.
You're very welcome. And she gives a kind of half nod, half bow kind of thing.
And that's all I gotta do here.
She's looking around nervously to everyone else.
Platt, Orryn.
I'm just here for the walk.
Alrighty then. If that's everything, then have a good day.
I do believe that is everything. Thank you for your business.
She kind of flinches at the raised voice.
Grayson still just has a smile on and is trying to show that he is being good-natured and friendly.
Before we head out, I would like to stash the pots under my cloak, so like my arms aren't like hanging out. They're just like carrying outside the cloak. They're carrying inside the cloak.
All right, good to know.
And I'm also gonna hushly whisper to Dusk to stay away, like in the back of their rat cubby.
how's Philly and Martin doing? Has he done anything like odd or just kind of?
He's mostly just wandered around town, kind of aimlessly. He's apparently got lost a few times, but he hasn't seemed to really notice or care. And he's just happily checking out the different sites, looking at different shops, and just enjoying going around a new place.
Philly would like periodically like drop acorns on him or just other stuff like that, just to confuse him.
He'd notice and just kind of, all right, and just he's not the sharpest tool in the shed, so he's just kind of not even really noticing it's happening and just kind of, all right, well, I guess that happened.
Just like one of the acorns bonks his head and he just kind of scratches at it and continues walking.
I mean, basically.
Some days I wish I could be so ignorantly happy.
So where y'all heading next? It's about noon at this point.
Oh, it's about a third of our day. Anybody else got any more plans?
I think I would like to tinker with my new toys.
I gotta pick my bombs.
Yeah, I'll go back and start scribing in my spellbook.
All right.
Jasnah will read and write.
Alrighty, you guys head back to the tavern and do your assorted stuff. Amavasya, what were you trying to do with the like, were you trying to prepare?
Yeah, basically, I'm trying to learn and practice how to make my own poisons.
Oh boy.
Poison making is similar to alchemy, so like for the things that line up, Grayson would be willing to like just give you tips, just like, hey, when you handle like sensitive and explosive stuff, don't do this, do this. Or like not explosive, but like sensitive materials, dangerous materials, etc.
Got it. Also, I'd like to note that I'd like to do this in the room that Martin was in. So we're not like all crammed into the same room if we're crafting.
Hey Martin, I'm making poisons. I'm using your room.
He's nowhere to be seen currently.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. So
Is it safe for him to be alone?
He's not alone.
I know, but
We'll know if something bad happens.
I think he'll be fine.
But if he's not one of them, then he's one of us.
Well,
To be
let's
fair,
see.
He really isn't alone. And this town ain't that big.
Grayson will like close his eyes and like the radiant light will kind of seep out from under him. Just, yeah, he's in the woods? How did he get there? That's not even close to town.
Yeah, why did he get that? I don't think we'll have an answer either way.
He was like looking for a sign or something.
He sounds fine.
Anywho, Amavasya, go ahead and give me a nature check. at yeah.
Okay. Where did I put my D20? Right here. $10.
All right, you take one of the wolf's bane, you grind it up with a mortal and pestle, just stem, leaves, and everything. Grind it up into a fine, like, misty substance, like powdery. You're not sure what to do with it up at this point. It's ground up, all of it, stem and all, but you're not sure what to do next.
I knew it said that Grayson was the one with the alchemy proficiency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Let's try with that word. I guess I'll bring him the decimated flower and be like, I think I've hit a roadblock.
You were making a small creature poison, right?
Yes.
Grayson, go ahead and give me an intelligence or a nature check at advantage, just because alchemy.
Alrighty. 21.
You know. All right, you would know. With the wolfsbane, the stem is not part of the poison, so the fact that it's mixed in there could dilute how potent it will be. It's poisoned if it's ingested. You know that. It's poisonous if it's ingested. So it's very ineffective currently with the stem and everything. And it's not terribly poisonous to larger beings, but it is somewhat.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, looks like you got the stem mixed in. You know, not too big a deal. It'll still either kill or really make something sick that's small, or someone, or like a person, it'll give them the runs. But as long as, you know, whatever your target is, ingest it some way or other, it'll do the trick.
So this is a diversion, mostly.
What's your plan with it? I can help you out with that.
Out of
I can help
character,
you out
giving
with
the
that.
people the runs can be very effective.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
That's not exactly what it would do. It would, with a 21, basically, if they fail their save, they'd have disadvantage on all Constitution saves for the next 8 hours.
Alright.
It's not a damaging. It's
So it's not
Perhaps-
necessarily that they'd get, like, super sick, but, like, they'd just be... I don't
Very
know.
uncomfortable.
They'd be susceptible.
Yeah.
Okay, and sorry, out of character, what was the stats for that?
basically they're going to have advantage on the saving throw to save against this because you didn't exactly prepare it great. But DC 10 con save when it's ingested. And on a fail, they have disadvantage on Constitution saves for the next 8 hours. Which I'm starting to realize is kind of super strong. So I'm just going to say for the next hour, they have disadvantage on con saves. So they pass it.
And you say it's advantage to save against it?
Yes, because it was
Okay.
poorly prepared.
Got it, thank you.
That's all mechanically. You're not in character. You're not 100% sure if it'll even work.
Yeah. Okay, so note, don't add the stem and leaves.
Correct. Is there a use for the stem? Would Grayson know?
Not particularly.
Okay, and then I'm going to be writing this down in one of my empty journals, and I'm just a note. I'm gonna be putting it down as my herb journal. Now, and I'll write those down as notes in that.
Okay. I just realized how late it is. Is everyone okay for just a little bit longer, or?
I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm good.
Little bit. I'm getting
But-
to that point, but
Yeah, like I was gonna cap at 11.
okay.
11 hard cap.
11 hard cap, soft cap.
Second
if-
hits 11 o'clock, I'm hitting that Discord disconnect button. Like, you better be rooting.
11 Eastern,
Basically,
right?
when you guys-
So, like half an hour.
When you guys
Yeah.
set
Yeah.
to rest, we'll cap it. So, is there anything else anyone wanted to do throughout the day, the rest of the day before the evening time?
I will spend the next 4 hours scribing distort value and illusory script into my spellbook.
Cool.
Anyone near Grayson will catch him speaking in Celestial occasionally and laughing as he makes smoke bombs.
Go ahead and give me
Alchemist
a check. Alchemist check with using your intelligence modifier.
Gotcha. Ooh.
All right. First smoke bomb, no problem. It takes about an hour to make each smoke bomb, and if to make the alchemist fire, it'd take about, I'd say, 3 hours.
Yeah, that'll be the rest of
Right,
Grayson's evening then, I guess.
All right, give me a supply or alchemies for the other smoke bomb and the alchemist fire. It's a check for each.
Oh, okay.
All right, both smoke bombs are good. And the alchemist fire, yeah. You're super excited, and you're pretty sure you did a bang-up job of each of these items. You're pretty sure they will work as intended. So the smoke bombs are basically a fog cloud, like the spell.
Okay.
And the DC for anything is going to be your alchemist supplies efficiency.
Okay, so it's like just use intelligence, basically.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Intelligence plus proficiency plus 8.
Yeah. All right.
Jasnah, what were you up to?
She's just hanging out, reading, and occasionally writing bits of poetry.
All right. And Platt?
Might poke one of them for a game of chess.
I
After-
actually will
after-
join her for that
Oh,
game,
okay.
since Platt doesn't have much to do.
Better be willing to learn some new rules.
The real.
I'll play it normally.
All right. If you guys want to play, just straight intelligence checks, or unless you guys are proficient in dragon chess, which is an actual thing, you can add your proficiency.
Nope.
Yeah,
Nope.
It's a tools like anything else. So yeah, just straight intelligence.
Oh, well, that's not good.
Hey, you could
I'm not,
crit.
I'm not a smart turtle. Oh, apparently I am. Soft 20. I rolled a
yeah.
19.
Why? Is
Jasnah,
it,
you're
why is it rolling 2 + 1 on mine? I'm confused.
Yeah, I was
jack of
looking
all
at
trades.
What?
Jack of all trades.
That. Oh,
Jack of all
Oh,
trades.
yeah. Okay.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, you're not proficient in straight ability in straight
What's
ability
your
checks.
What's your intelligence modifier?
2.
Okay, cool. Yep.
So normally she is smarter, but beginner's luck, Jasnah, as you're explaining to him the actual rules, he takes you by surprise and actually mentions
Well, he knows the
to
rules.
Oh well, you don't want to mix up our rules into them.
yeah, you take him too lightly. And
Well, she's not proficient
it's actually
either. Is he
Oh, yeah.
proficient?
No.
So, like, neither of them are proficient. It's just, she's played before.
But it is a high quality game.
Yeah.
Or
But
you
one
kind
of
of
those,
look
like,
over.
it probably took him most of, like, the 4 hours to, like, get through.
Yeah, or you're just inscribing while in the main area, and
Click,
you look over and you
click,
see them playing
click, click.
high quality. But with all that, the evening comes to the evening. You guys have done everything. You head off to your room, trap all sets. Merton comes in at around like 10 o'clock and had an amazing adventure just going around. Helped some kids get their ball that got stuck up onto a roof somehow. Someone kicked this like hay-filled ball super hard. Managed to climb up. He fell, of course, but still got it.
May or may not have been Philly's doing that he fell, but
He didn't seem to mind.
or no.
But he came back, told everyone his adventure, whoever would listen, and then promptly went up to his room.
How much of it is true? Compared to what, Philly explains later.
Every single word.
Philly would tell it. She wouldn't like say much other than just like, oh my god, he's so boring. He's just like a stand-up good guy. God, it's awful.
It's not too bright either.
I dropped like 10 acorns on his head. He never once looked up. He looked left half the time.
That's actually within character. But yeah, he goes up to bed. You guys all cram into your one room.
Before he actually heads to bed, like to fill him in after hearing the story of his day and having it confirmed. Would like to fill in on the plan.
Oh yeah.
We should probably all be there for that.
Forgot we were gonna do that.
Yeah.
Thanks for reminding us, Amavasya.
He's on his way heading up, so time to stop him would be
Hey,
now.
friend.
Yeah, what's up?
Gestures him back over.
He comes and sits down. What's going on?
Note, should we say this here or gesturing, not gesturing, but like kind of eyeing the fact that we're in the main area?
He's just raising an eyebrow. Like,
I guess I kind of thought we were up in the rooms. Okay.
Yeah, same.
I thought, yeah.
But I thought we had called him, but we were still in the main area. Okay.
No,
we were
would've had
calling
this
him from
conversation.
our room, just like door was open, saw him walk by, like,
Oh, gotcha.
because like, I think Grayson's still in his room, for that matter, working on his stuff.
Yeah.
no, Grayson would be done by now. Like you were downstairs. You were already done before he came. But yeah, like he's heading into his room. You guys hear him, and you call him over to your room, I guess, where you're all packed in. So what did you guys want to talk to me about?
Well,
Go ahead.
The collective well.
In that case, I'll let you explain, but I'll put a note that Amavasya is in the trunk. So there's no context to the trunk.
So that's what they meant about
I like to
them.
picture that Amavasya opens the trunk, steps in the trunk, turns around, and then just slowly lowers like an elevator, closing the lid on the way down.
That is exactly what happens. Except the lid isn't totally closed. You just see like the round cat eyes.
That is fucking creepy.
Well, you don't see that every day. Huh.
Do.
If she fits.
Some of us do.
If they fit, they sit. I guess that's just what they do. Okay.
You know what? This will be easier if we just give him some context before we give him some words.
Have a seat, Martin. This may take a bit.
He grabs one of the chairs and sits down. He's looking really confused.
It's just an AA meeting.
You gotta talk about your sleeping habits, Martin.
I got it under control.
He's just an adventurer with narcolepsy.
Next
You
character.
bandits have terrorized your last. Did he just fall? Village, I will slay you all.
From now on, just roll a D100 whenever he does anything.
On a 1, he falls asleep.
I was gonna say on
Really cool
1 to
On a
5.
10 or low.
Well, then you just roll a d20 and it's a nat 1.
Oh, right.
Same
Yeah, I guess
percentage.
my brain is starting to shut off. This was going to be the last thing before we end the session, so what are you saying to him?
Wow.